Hello! For those of you that know me, you'll know that I love hairdressing tools. And they released a new one recently, the BaBylissPRO. So the BaBylissPRO is like a blow dryer round brush in one. So it's one big step, so you can use your tool from when your hair is wet to dry it off and style it at the same time. Makes it easier too for the consumer to then not be having another tool in their hand, so you can literally use your hand to pop the hair around the brush as you need. Yeah? So I'm hoping you're really gonna like it. It's not as fancy probably as my other tools. It's not got the big name brand, but the Babyliss is still a professional brand. It's nice and light in my hand, so that feels good so far. I noticed when I tried to use it the other day, I didn't knock the switches off. There's only two settings, medium or high. Makes it nice and easy. I didn't get tangled, so I know you might get surprised by that because that looks a bit like a tangly brush. But no, I didn't get tangled, so yeah, I'll demonstrate it for you today. Before I do that, what I would suggest you do is obviously be blow drying hair that's clean. So today I've already pre-shampooed my hair earlier on. I've shampooed it twice and then my conditioner. And now, so it's really quite wet at the moment. So what I'd suggest you do is make sure it's well towel dried. Then, my favorite, glossy nectar. So it's a heat protectant and a hair oil that makes my hair so shiny and feels so beautiful. It's my favorite product by far. My clients love glossy nectar. So put that on your Christmas wish list, or come buy some for yourself. So yeah, are you ready? Now what I'm going to do is I would suggest that you let this dry a bit on its own. Yeah, it just saves you being there for ages with your hot tool. So what I normally suggest to my students also is you would blast dry their hair 70% first before you use your hot tool. But if you just want to use one tool only and you want to use your hot tool, just make sure your hair's a lot drier than dripping wet. You can tell usually if you turn the hair a bit of a twist, squeeze it, and if there's still a lot of moisture in your hands, it's probably a bit too wet to be running a hot tool through, just because it's going to take a lot longer and you'll go in a lot more. So let's see how we go. So to get it more 70% dry, I'm just going to run over with my blow drying tool. My old trusty Dyson is my favorite, I can't lie, I love it. Yeah, so we'll take 70% of the moisture out and then I'll show you how to use the hot tool. Right, so that should do it. About 70% dry. You still want some moisture in there because you want the hair to be able to stretch when you're drying it. If it's stretching, you're going to lock it into its new style and it's going to last you all day. Okay, so now we're going to get ready for using our hot tool. To do that, we do need to work with a bit of a plan in our mind. Otherwise, you will get caught up in a mess all over the place. So I like to use section clips. So what we're going to do, just split your hair through the middle. It doesn't have to be perfect, or you can split it off ready to where you're going to be doing a side part if you have one of those. I generally like to go down the middle, so I like to keep this section sort of out of the way. So that's one clip there. Then I just split down the back. I'm not sure if you can see in the back of the mirror. Yeah, and then two more clips. So basically I have a section at the back of my head, down one side, and then another section from here on the other. Now I have long hair, so this is the size of the brush that it comes in, is the 32, I think it's a 32 inch. There is a slightly smaller one, but I like the big ones. Sorry, can't help myself. But yeah, I have big long hair, so I need a bigger brush. The smaller brush in my hair is going to tangle up. So for those ladies with medium to shorter length hair lengths, I would probably recommend the smaller barrel. Yeah, you'll get a bit of a tighter volume mix and it will last you longer. So to show you, we can turn it on. It's going to be noisy. It is a bit noisy, but it's cool. That's pretty much it. So I'm going to work in a section here, then I'll just drop consecutive sections as I work my way up the head and around the side of the head, and then I'll do the top last. So we always work from the back to the top in that order. Okay, and the idea is to get lots of lift right at that root area through there. So you can be moving the brush like so and holding the hair with your fingers and allowing it to slide through. Once it's finished, you can allow the hair to wrap all the way up the brush and then hold it there. So that will also give you more volume, more curl. Okay, let's do this. Okay, so done. Oh yeah, and it took 15 minutes, but look, I've got long hair, so you know, you've got to take, and I've got a lot of it, my hair's quite thick. So yeah, and I love this finish. I love that I haven't had to get my flat iron out and flatten it. It's more volume than it's ever normally had, because if you put your flat iron in it to curl it, it flattens your hair out, right? You might get the curl, but it makes it look flat. So I love that it's got all this volume. And it doesn't really matter which way I sort of wear it. It sort of lifts up from that root area, which is great. And you can curl it as much as you like, or not. So I hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know if you're interested in getting a tool. I would love to get it in for you. Also love to help you use it if you need that extra bit of advice. So DM me.